YouTube, what is going on? It's your favorite Misfit FM. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, your favorite station on YouTube. We are back here with another Boruto 2 Vortex chapter review. And as always, before we hop into it, make sure you click that link down in the description below. Check me out on other social channels, Instagram and TikTok, where we'll be doing sensational things. So anyway, you can support your favorite Misfit. It's always really appreciated. This was the first chapter in a long time where I gave it a solid 9 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts on the chapter, how you feel about it overall in the comment section below. You liked it, you hated, what you rated. I would love to hear it. There were a lot of notable moments we're going to go into during this video, so make sure you tune in to the very end. I would love to hear your thoughts on everything I talk about. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is something that I'm very scared of right now, which is Sarada. Because look, bro, I predicted in my last video that Sarada would have a moment. I wasn't expecting her to get almost blind or anything. I wanted Sarada to have a moment, clear as day. I said that in my prediction video. I didn't think the moment was gonna be she tries to use her Mageto Sharingan ability, the Orihime, and then she ends up going pretty much unconscious. Like, I didn't expect all that. And now she's bleeding from her eyes, which is also bad. And I worried that she's blind or potentially going down that pathway of at least a blindness. Because again, as anyone who used Mageto Sharingan or watched it in the series knows, anyone that's experiencing blind issues usually are leaning towards going fully blind and losing access to the Mageto Sharingan. Also, you have to be fair. Now, in the context of Sarada, I don't think she's going to go fully blind yet. I think this is very soon if she does, because she's only had the ability for now, like what, almost 5 chapters, 10 chapters so her to already go blind or even near to that is very extreme, but again, it will be noticeable considering this ability takes up a lot of chakra, as we're kind of all noticing now. I think in the time we noticed it before, but now with the actual prime example of seeing it in action. In the worst case, this is great. Great in the sense of knowing that in the future, if this happens again, we know how to avoid it. In the case Sarada know how to avoid it, because then she'll know, hey, how much chakra she actually needs to do this ability multiple times in a day. But bad, because in the worst case scenario, we have about now over 1,000 clones of Mamamushi at the end of the chapter, and we don't know how we're gonna take them down. Because look, respectfully, any other option they can consider is gonna be pretty bad. We'll talk about more about that later in the video. But look, with Sarada, I hope she's okay. I want her to be okay. She should be okay. She will be okay. But that will be the propaganda I'll be spreading for the next month, that Sarada will be okay. Because if not, oh, Ikimoto, man, we're going to have some problems, dude. We're going to have some problems. Moving on, let's talk about Daemon. If you guys known me for this channel on my Instagram for many, many months at this point, I have roasted this man, or potentially threatened to roast him to infinity and beyond, because I was like, hey man, if he comes in this chapter and he looks like a wussy, then all that trash talk, all that big guy act, I could care less about. But in this chapter, he showed up. He did some great things in it. He literally took down 100 clones by himself. I can't knock that. I mean, look, I know with Mamoshi and, you know, just a weaker Senju, but like his ability to multiply himself still makes him a threat. He's still a Senju again, which is a threat to any regular shinobi. So for him to take out a clone of 100 of them, respect. I love that. Now, Daemon, I need to see more of that, though. More of that stuff. Because if you go from this chapter of cooking and the way you were presented in this chapter as a threat and the way they were talking you up, this also tells me that you got some more tricks on your sleeve, because now we're going to need you. We're going to need you now, because there's over 1,000 and increasing of clones. Maybe you got another jutsu or ability hidden under something. I don't know. But if you do, now will be the time. Because it's either you use that or Ada screw, respectfully. Well, not respectfully, but you get the point. I'm just happy that Daemon showed me something, man. At the end of the day, I've been cooking, like, not cooking, but low-key almost about to cook him for many months. So I'm happy the trash talking showed me something, and I'm looking forward to seeing more from Daemon. Moving on, let's talk about Kawaki. Yeah, look, dude. Kawaki has been cooking for like the last couple of chapters. He's been showing some really cool stuff and just showing how powerful he is, and I love it. Dude really overcooked. Like, the memes I've seen around him have been hilarious, and yes, he actually overcooked. Like, he cooked so hard, he made himself pass out. Like, if you really think about it, yeah, he was about to like, all right, Sarada went down, I gotta step in so we don't lose our aura and stuff like that. Nah, he gets cooked immediately, bro. He tries to do too much. He overheats himself. Amando's like, hey, you gotta get back to the base ASAP. We need you alive. And then he gets captured by one of the Mamushi clones. And I think Delta saved him and something like that, which is great because obviously losing Kawaki would be bad in that situation. But at the same time, again, they're pretty much surrounded by these clones. There's no way out unless they, Boruto teleports them all the way. But outside of that, Kawaki, that moment in the chapter of Kawaki, that will live rent-free in my head, bro. Because he literally tried to save them from getting cooked and ended up cooking himself. Like, you can't make that up. But hey, shout out to Kawaki, man. He always has like a funny moment in some chapter every once in a while. But he was cooking for the last couple chapters. I was happy to see the progress that Kawaki was showing me. But it was just like, he got cooked himself. It happens, man. It happens to very few people, but it happens. No aura farming from Boruto this chapter. I was very disappointed with that. Yes, I'm making a whole part of the video because of aura farming. Because like Boruto aura farming is a necessity. It's a part of life. It's a passage of life if you would think about it in that way. Because it's so methodical and interesting whenever Boruto has a moment or a panel where he just shows off so much aura, so iconic moments, so unique like sword slashes or Rasengans or any other ability he uses, or the Hawaiian Rising. It's a sensational feeling whenever we get a Boruto aura farm, but we didn't get one this chapter. So Ikimoto, looking at you right now, bro. I need the one next chapter. The Boruto I gotta start cooking because that's a lot of clones, man. Just kidding. Look, at the end of the day, I love when Boruto's showing off doing his thing, but we didn't get no cool moment like that from Boruto. Daemon had a spotlight. Respect to him. But maybe he'll keep it up. Other notable moments to talk about. I mean, the key one I think I'll just end the rest of the video on is, again, the team is screwed. Like, bro, it's 1,000 and increasing of clones. What is the game plan here at this point? Because who's going to have an attack that can take out that many people? Like, okay, before you get to that point, some of you might say Himawari, Tail Beast Bomb. But let's keep it real. We saw what happened the last time she tried to do that in the village, which was a terrible idea because you're in a freaking village trying to use a Tail Beast Bomb. Like, you don't think the radius of that thing is going to be humane? Even if she used this on this battlefield, she's going to end up catching her allies in the crossfire. Unless Boruto teleport them all away, which he might do that. She might even get herself caught up in it. Which, bro, look, I love Himawari, but she's not to the point where she can just blast off Tail Beast Bomb and then we all can be like, kumbaya, congrats Himawari, you were dope. I think this is a scenario where, like, maybe this is also part of that image we saw way back in the early chapters of Super Vortex, where we saw an image of Himawari in Inojin's hands and she was dead. Maybe this is how she would have happened if the plan didn't go to the T, which obviously it doesn't have to, because now we're in a different kind of reality of where we were originally from that point where we are now. Timeline's a crazy thing, man. I feel like I'm watching an episode of Flash or reading an episode of Flash in Boruto. If you know the Flash, shout out to the Arrowverse, man. You know. Anyways, we are in a situation where the options on the battlefield are not the great options for what you want to do here. And look, I think everyone either needs to run away or get cooked. Like, there's one or the other. And in the case of Boruto, teleports, you can teleport everyone out there. Obviously, Kawaki is getting saved by Delta, so he should be fine. Shikadai, Chocho, Himawari, probably teleport out. Daemon, Ada, probably same thing, teleport out. But it's just like, bro, they are so cooked, and we have to wait a month to figure out how they're gonna uncook themselves in this situation. And if they run away, these clones will follow them and go back to the village and cause way more hell, potentially. We don't know yet. Jorah loves the village, so if these clones go crazy on the village, Jorah might go crazy on Mamoshi, which maybe that could happen too. That's a nice angle to think about as well. So, any the methods you got in the chat or in the comment section if you're watching this video after our live thing's over, let me know what you think, because I would love to hear your thoughts on that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Your favorite Mr. signing out. Podcast coming soon. We're still doing that, so make sure and have your notifications on whenever we drop podcast newsworthy news, whether it's the video, shorts, whatever it may be. Obviously, we got the shorts popping with some anime openings. Right now, we're focusing on the lovely world of One Piece, so if you enjoy that, hope you're vibing with that. But take care. Peace out. I'll see you next time. Favorite Mystic.